bottom of the Smash Mountain. I would like to thank all my Patreon supporters at patreon.com/bsmpod for continuing to support me in what I'm doing. Big shouts out to my senior producers, Ventus Official, and my mom and dad. Love y'all. Thank you for the support to everybody. Tonight we have Candy Cane Jane, aka Jane Bean, aka someone in the Melee community as per usual, and you may not recognize who Jane is, which is a real shame because on the Fire Nation Discord server and in other places, you'll see Jane getting up to all kinds of cool things. So I'm very happy to have you on, Jane. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a long time coming.
Yes, it actually has. Originally, we were going to do this because I was trying to create a community-driven project to classify every single interaction in Melee. Which I still think is extremely feasible and possible, but no one wanted to help me, which is cool. That happens. Yeah. But today we're going to be playing my favorite video game in the world, Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt.
That is the other thing. I shouldn't bury the lead. For those of you who are going to be watching today, and really you probably should, because I mean, think about this. Maybe you don't want your YouTube on your iPhone to be on this for the next hour plus, but maybe you could leave it on for the next hour plus. That'd be super helpful to me, selfishly speaking. For those of you who are listening, though, I'm tempted to do the bit of listeners. Jane just did the thing and scored the points. I'm just going to try not to. I need to say it out loud now because otherwise I feel like I might just do it automatically anyway. So I've said what I needed to say. What is the dealio with Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt? I saw that Ludosity put it out. Is that who developed it originally?
Yes, it's a Ludosity. It's a game jam game, actually. It was only made within a week. It's the way that I like to describe it is it's as if Nintendo made a bullet hell back in the 1980s. Completely 8-bit, single screen. Would I be able to show you a little bit of it before we really get into the meat and potatoes of it?
No, absolutely. You can just start playing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna create a new game. I'm gonna put it on master mode real quick. This is Queen Amelia. She's our mother. Everything's visible. Everything's moving as it should.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just gonna ignore all of these. We're going to do a dual playthrough. So this is Remedy herself. As I said before, this is a game jam game. The entire premise of this game is that you are going to Hurtland, or a World of Hurt, and you're going around and healing all of these people. So if you're to heal them, these early enemies are really easy. You're firing bandages constantly, but if you fail a healing, which is easiest on this screen, then it just says healing failed. If I go back up to this guy, he's still healed. I still have 6 hearts. You start with 5, so I still got the points for healing him. And I can immediately jump back in, try to heal this guy again. It's a very important game to me personally. For a lot of different reasons. I'm actually going to be playing it on hard mode, and I'm going to be doing what is known as a jealous chest run. Do you want to give me a little speedrun countdown from this final text box?
Wait, I don't think I can pull up an actual timer, but do you just want me to count you down?
Just give me a 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3, 2, 1, go. I hate just 3, 2, 1. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
And off to the races.
Off to the races.
If you could possibly stand to hear about my... Well, it's not super obscure to the fact where it doesn't exist. It actually has a community around it. But Naruto had some Tekken-esque fighting games out in the 2000s. The one that was put out in 2005, they call it Clash of Ninja 4, although it was never technically released in North America like some of the others were. The 4th game never saw American release, but in the past couple of years, a community of people who really enjoyed the game translated it to English because, like I said, Japan only release, and they've did some light modifications on the characters, to get rid of infinites and such glitches that break the game so that the competitive mode can be healthier. And they were actually at Combo Breaker last year and will be at Combo Breaker again this year. So not necessarily on the level of Melee where I'm following all the people and seeing them, but I'm interested in getting back into the game because I played it as a child. My cousins had a GameCube that could switch back and forth between Japanese release NTSC, like NTSCJ. It could go back and forth between NTSCJ and NTSCU for the United States. So really cool that I just look up the game to see, first of all, does anybody know what this game is? Okay, people know. Oh, okay, people play. Oh, okay, there's a modification. Oh, I got to go on to, well, no, sorry. No, I got to go onto the internet to buy a device that will take it out of my very existent GameCube disc and rip it into, you get what I'm saying. So we're up and running with it now, and I just am so bad at the game. I am embarrassingly bad, but I want to be good because seeing the people do the combos on, like, I watched grand finals of Combo Breaker 2022 for this Clash of Ninja, and oh, it was so good. And one of the person who won actually uses one of my favorite characters that I just liked playing as a child. So I don't know if I am ready for that character based on how complicated that character looks, but we're getting there. I only know the name of like Sasuke, Naruto, and Rock Lee, I think. Sakura, yeah, that's the girl with the pink hair. Yeah. So I need to learn the names of all the people and all the advanced techniques, but I'm seeing some of them. I'm trying to practice some of the lag canceling moves that you can do that are very good to do that lead to the competitive level. Oh, it's just so difficult. I just want to mash attack, 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 attack. And oh, wow, flashy combo, but you can escape combos by using your chakra. So that's where it becomes rock, paper, scissors. That's where footsies comes in. Do you use it here? Do you use it a hair too late to throw them off of their attacking rhythm? That's why I think it'll be super fun to get into over the coming months. I'm seeing what you're doing over there, though. And you're just, yes, this reminds me of Laser Age, which is an old computer game that we had on our desktop at my parents' house. But this has a little bit more freedom. And doesn't this also, what's that game where you're in like a dungeon and you're a baby and you have to fight people? It's a Twitch emote.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? I don't know, dude.
No, it's okay. It's there's a Twitch emote of someone who looks like they're crying as a baby, and it's from that game. It's not Super Meat Man or whatever, but
Super Meat Boy?
Super Meat Boy, yeah. It's not Super Meat Boy, but it's like the other thing that makes me think of random.
Binding of Isaac.
Huh?
Binding of Isaac.
Binding of Isaac. Yes, that's what it's called. I knew it was something really specific. I just needed to hear it again. I haven't thought of the name Binding of Isaac in over 10 years.
It's currently got like a blossoming YouTube community.
Good for the Binding of Isaac. I mean, I have to assume that was an independent game, so shouts out to whoever independently came up with that.
I don't remember his name at the moment.
No, that's okay. So why are you doing this though? Your mother, Queen Amelia, told you got to do this. Is that the only reason why we're doing this?
Yeah. So Remedy is the highest. Fuck. Oh no! The moment that I die for the first time. Remedy is the highest graded student in all of the Heal Land Academy. I forget what it's called. But she's pretty much the go-to, and everybody down here is sick at the moment, right?
Right.
She's a Saturnian princess, and it's kind of her job to like be this girl for everybody here. Oh my god.
This does look complicated, but it pleases the eye watching you do this at the same time. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
As I said earlier, I'm currently doing what's known as a jealous chest run. Throughout this game, there are a lot of treasure chests that have either health upgrades or weapon upgrades, or
super
you have this flask right here, which is pretty much a grenade upgrade. And the jealous chest is a chest that gets jealous if you open any other chests, so you just don't do that. This is my favorite character in the entire game. This is Tage, or Taj. I don't know. It's Tage, Taggy, for all I care. But she's my favorite character in this entire game.
Despite the fact that you play as Princess Remedy? Dang. Well, then again, a lot of side characters are favorite characters and nobody really likes the protagonist.
Yeah, I don't know. Remedy is very interesting in she's canonically autistic actually. Um it's part of the reason why she is a silent protagonist. And the sequel to this game is actually a prequel. And there's pieces of dialogue where you find out that like she isn't outrightly said to be autistic, but she like has all of the diagnostic criteria. They practically run down a list in the second game without actually just calling her autistic.
No,
Which
I know
is
what you're saying.
really
They do
cool.
that kind of thing in Bluey where they don't say that a character has either attention deficit disorder or autism, but has symptoms. So that
Mm-hmm.
way, like a child who's watching can feel connected to the character.
Yeah.
It's a really
There we
beautiful episode. It's called Army. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Bluey. Let's not tangent too hard into that. So we need to get to some of these topics. I need you to get going on
Mhm.
one of them. So I think because for most of us who are may or may not have gotten this far, shouts out, is a little confused of why we got super hard into Princess Remedy. It's Jane's favorite game, so if you aren't playing it on Steam already because it's free, then I mean I downloaded it. I'm going to be playing it tonight. This already looks super fun. It's just that Jane is going so fast here. I just cannot keep up in a certain way. But once I play it, I'll start to understand. But
Mhm.
why don't we do something that is a melee themed item? So it's not on the list of topics here, but when did you know that you wanted to participate in the melee community? Not how you got in, but when did you know you wanted to stick around?
So, when did I know that I wanted to stick around? That's I've got two answers for that actually. There's the first time that I like saw Melee and like saw what it really was. I was actually an international student at the International School of Bangkok in Thailand, and it came up. The Amazing Shadow compilation of all of the documentary came up for me just on YouTube, and I watched through absolutely all of it, as you do.
Yes,
I failed this map. Yeah, I failed this map. Um,
that's tough.
this game's fucking hard. Um, I watched through absolutely all of it, and I really fell in love with like almost every single attribute of it. I was kind of famous in my school. Famous is a horrible word for it,
You were
considering only
known.
5 people cared about it. But every single Friday night, I would have friends over, and we would play Brawl, and then Smash Four when it came out. And when I learned about Melee, this game that you can be like that much better than absolutely anyone in and just display this absurd level of proficiency within, I was just kind of like, oh my God, I want to play this really bad. But again, I was at an international school in Bangkok, so I didn't have immediate access. When we moved back to Canada, I like started going to the university scene. I went to university for a time, ended up having to drop out of that university, and I came back to Niagara, which is where I am residing currently and where I play Melee currently. Um, my my journey there was kind of just like continuously trying to get into the game and sucking at it a lot and getting very frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then like something that actually really helped me with getting into Melee was my my best friend Dare, who was my first rival. He and I he had a continuous character problem. I'm going to play a different map because this is not possible. He had a continuous character problem, so it was kind of, easy to beat him to a large degree. So I was super new to this game, and like because he would switch from like Samus one week to like fucking Sheik to Fox, like all over the place for as long as I've known him. He always felt close, you know. He's a fighting game player, so like he had some fundamentals that were beyond me. I can't do this map either. Okay. Sorry, this is the hardest part of the game that I'm at right now. Because this is right before you get the bonus chest. So I need to figure out exactly what I'm doing. And like having the ability to like be getting closer and closer against something was like really huge for me, because it was just like, oh, I can beat this one guy. Even though like I was beating the people who like didn't play Smash whatsoever and were showing up, I just needed to beat this one guy, right? Oh, and then as like the years go on, you kind of really learn what Melee is about, right? You kind of learn like it's a bunch of really niche, really small communities that kind of like to act like it's one really big community, but it's just not. The Melee community is not a thing that I have learned does not really exist. There's things that are close, like super majors definitely kind of give the illusion of that. Though I don't, in like all of my years of playing Melee, it's kind of just been like a whole bunch of communities strapped together in a trench coat, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I like as I kind of as I outgrew this mysticism, and as I outgrew like this whole you know, like, oh my god, like I'm gonna get to play with. Yes, Mom, I'm in the middle of something. Thank you. That happens.
All good.
So since I like had that moment of like realization that like, oh, like yes, I'll get to meet people from Sweden, but like it won't be like as tight or as like thematic or as story driven as the documentary was, you know? And at that point in time, I kind of had to come to terms with like what I actually liked about the game and like what my local community was. And that was kind of more than enough for me to just be like, I'm going to keep playing Melee. And I've kept playing Melee.
Well, what's crazy is that those people would sometimes go a few months between tournaments, not in the MLG days. In the MLG days, it felt like during the season, it felt like they had a tournament once a month, but they didn't have online. And if you didn't live nearby somebody, you would have to look at a long car ride to be able to play with them. And some people did do that, but I think as I watched as I watched both documentaries and Melee content in general, I want everyone to be as connected as it seems like the documentaries makes it out to be, but it is very difficult to actually, because I think that applies to just about anywhere. When you have more and more and more people, you feel like you're actually more and more it's just you and you're surrounded by a bunch of strangers. You have to get into a smaller group setting in order to be able to start connecting in a meaningful way, because, well, maybe it's just how it is, regardless of the game or the community that you're talking about. But when I see the community as a whole come together for the Big House 10 online being shut down and running 5 days of Melee, that's when I knew I wanted to stick around. And when I wanted that inspired me to start making content, as well as listening to JD and Wasabi going on and on about just being your average everyday Melee players, even if they were flirting with being PR'd or were PR'd at one time, but not being top 100 PR, just being local PR'd on the Wannabes podcast. And I thought, oh, this is so cool. I can do this, but I can be even more wannabe. I can just be a really bad player and be better at doing this podcasting thing than being an actual player. So and I could talk to players of Melee and tell them, oh, I think I spend more time talking about Melee than I do playing Melee, and having them look at me confused, like, why are you doing a podcast about this game if you don't actually play it as much as you probably should? But it's because I'm trying to recreate little mini 5 days of Melee moments, because I want to feel the community be more united under the fact that, oh, for some reason, it's weird, but there's this guy in PA. I've been on his podcast and I live in France. I've been on the podcast and I live in Germany. I've been on the podcast and I live in Japan. I've been on the podcast and I live in Canada and the United States, obviously. Oh, and yes, MK Leo was in Mexico when I had MK Leo on, and and Super Quack was in was in Mexico as well when we recorded. Oh, and Far. Oh, shout out to Far. Far is so nice. Anyway, it's cool. So I feel like instead of getting 5 days of Melee in 5 days, I've gotten 5 days of Melee in 2 years and counting.
Yeah.
So let's get to... Sorry, go ahead.
There was a point in time where I was helping Link Inc. Run the OG Link Corporation, and then it fell apart because he had like fucking every single sport that exists, as well as school. So he couldn't like do the things that he could do, and the things that I could do were not good enough. But Quack wins almost all of those. Super fucking good.
Oh, I love Quack's speech and Fox, and I think I've seen a few other characters pop up on the timeline, but yeah, Quack is really good at Melee, really good. Okay, you're when all those bats first showed up, I thought, wow, that's gonna be a piece of work, but like I said, you're crushing these for the most part, huh?
It will be when you play it, trust me.
Okay. I have done some experimental things, and I tell you this now, for an 8-bit game, I'm so annoyed that I can't dash dance. I can dash dance in Bubble Trouble, for crying out loud. Why can't I dash dance in here?
Are you testing it out?
Yeah, I'm just moving around with the arrows because I don't know how to do anything else. I think that space is pause, but it won't let me configure the controls or see what the controls are. I went to
talk to the NPCs using space or Z in order to find out all of this stuff.
When not facing someone, press the action. What is the action button though, Becker?
Action button is Z or sorry, I'm Canadian. Z. I need to keep up the illusion. I'm so sorry. You need to press Z or space.
Space. They press the action button. This will let you see your stats. Okay, what do you have to say, blue person? Doc, the action button is not just one button. You can press enter or control, or spacebar, or Z, or X, or Y. Mm-hmm. You can also move with WASD. If a gamepad is plugged in, you can use that too.
Gamepad support's a little tricky. Okay. I'm totally a normal video game player, I swear. Okay.
Hold shift to run really fast. Maybe too fast.
Do you have anything else you wanted to
I can't even dash dance while running. Ugh, sorry. Let me. Ooh, you got stars now. I just noticed this.
Yes.
No, let's start at the top and go down. Let's start with dialectical behavior therapy / DBT, which dialectical behavior therapy. By the way, my lovely wife Jen actually does behavioral therapy with autistic children in a clinic and also in a daycare. And if she needed to go to their homes, she would, but her clients are not at-home clients. One is in a daycare and the other is at the clinic. But I've by proxy have just been slightly more educated on behavioral therapy, but I think it's just DBT, like she's a registered behavioral technician. I don't know what dialectical means because we haven't talked about it. So please tell me what's going on with all of that.
So DBT was a form of therapy specifically for borderline personality disorder. And it was made by Marcia M. Linehan, I believe. It could be Marcia L. Linehan, but I know that's Marcia Linehan. It's kind of big. It's using skills of mindfulness as well as a lot of different techniques, such as observing situations, describing, fully participating within situations. It lists out different communication techniques as well as different techniques for managing emotions, both in like an immediate sense and in like a coping ahead sense. It's divided into a lot of different parts. Please don't die. I hate dying in my favorite video game.
No wonder the controls feel so clunky. This is ridiculous. I feel ridiculous-atized. I can't fire diagonally. I can't dash dance. Ugh, it's just so weird.
Yep, this game is super weird, and you can't strafe in it, actually.
I don't know what that means, but I'm
behavioral therapy. I was actually put into dialectical behavioral therapy when I was 19 years old. That's not true. How old was I? I was 2017. I was 20 years old. I had just turned 20 and I had to start DBT because I was a very not well-adjusted individual. DBT is something that has been extremely important to me. It has allowed me to function. It has allowed me to understand like the fullness that life can bring you at any given point in time. It really is about mindfulness and just trying to take like life on one thing at a time and really try to be within the moment. I've actually been trying to I guess that trying wouldn't be the best vernacular to put to it. The exact way that I would say it would be I have always been applying DBT skills to Melee for as long as I have been learning DBT skills. There was a very long part of my life where I was very angry at everything. I was very upset by anything, and I didn't know how to deal with it, and I hated myself for it as well. I felt like an awful person because I couldn't cope with anything. Everything just felt like way too big and way too loud and way too horrible all of the time. And I, through a year-long course of 1 hour individual sessions and 2 hours of group sessions, I slowly learned how to apply skills. And I think that because I've applied so much of it to Melee, it's kind of easy to say one-to-ones because it's just like, well, if you get into an argument, you learn how to handle that argument in an emotionally mature way. And it's kind of like if you're comboing someone, you want to know how to pillar combo, it's just a skill. It's what you apply to the situation that you're in, And I came out the other side, after having learned all these skills, after having slowly and surely applied all these skills, just feeling like a lot more whole of a person. It was very healing to me. It was very important to me, and it still is. It's still something that I utilize to this day.
That's really cool that you have, because Melee somehow is capable of doing this, applying philosophy to it and applying techniques that you learn in other situations and realizing this thing that is supposed to help you be able to achieve something in different contexts can actually be applied to the game as well. And I can't think of anything specific because I'm still trying. I played a few levels now. We're just a chest. Ooh, my heart's got increased. I'm being rewarded for exploring here, which I'm normally not a good explorer, but
Yeah. Oh man.
We're
Are you sure that you want to save all your first impressions for once we can show your run?
I have played enough of the game to understand it, so yes, I will save and quit. No, we will not save and oh no, we do need to save and quit. I'll just start a new game. Ooh, a new file. Yes, yes. Excellent. And besides, I should do it in master mode anyway.
No, absolutely not. Well, it took me 2 hours to get to the final boss, and it took me 12 hours to beat the final boss in master mode. Master mode is insane. Master mode is like I've been trying to beat master mode again, and I can't.
That sounds very scary.
Oh yeah.
But it's nice that the band-aids just fly automatically instead of, I don't know, all this pressure to mash the keyboard button. All right. So
all right.
The next topic that you have listed here, being trans, would you like to get into that?
Yeah, sure. I'm trans. I am transgender. I came out in 2015, and I have, I went on to HRT. I did all of the typical stuff, and I would highly recommend it for specifically anyone else who is transgender. And if you want to explore your gender yourself, that's very important as well, because gender as a concept, I think about it a lot, actually. I believe that gender as a concept is one of those things that's just like very full to all of your being. It's like if you have like if you were to describe a series of rivers and lakes going into the ocean. If you were to describe something as a river, you would only be describing certain bodies of water. And if you were to describe something as lakes, you would only be describing certain other bodies of water. And if you were to describe something as the ocean, you would, again, only be describing a certain body of water. But if you were to describe something as water, then you're describing all of it as once. Perhaps not as tangibly, effectively, or specifically as any individual label, but it does do it sort of all at once, which I believe that that's kind of what gender does within a society, is like I can tell you that I play video games, and that's an element of me. I can tell you that I have been in this continuous like loop of just things going wrong and having to heal from them. And that encapsulates perhaps a large part of me. But if I tell you that I'm a woman, it may not describe every single intricacy of who I am, but it does describe the wholeness of who I
I'm following so far.
am. Yeah. For me, I ended up getting bottom surgery in 2019, and for a while afterwards, I started getting worse and worse energy issues. And it was extremely scary, and I wasn't sure what was going on. And eventually, my doctors diagnosed me with low testosterone, and I had to go on to a gel form of testosterone because I no longer produced it myself. And while I was on this testosterone, we kept having to increase my dosage, and I started getting the worst possible side effects from this testosterone, which I didn't know that it was these sets of side effects until I had read all of the literature on it a couple of months after starting to get these, what pretty much felt like a continuous UTI, like months on end, continuous UTI. And that was scary. And also, I hadn't like gotten to the point where I had enough energy. But I had to switch forms, and that was also super difficult because even though I go to a trans care specific clinic, they didn't know what to do about this fact whatsoever. I'm either going to beat this right now or I'm not going to beat it. Yeah, I'm going to go find somebody else. And I ended up going on to shot form testosterone because that was like the only other form that I knew. and my doctor wasn't able to recommend anything else. And so I went on to short form testosterone, and that was like horrible. That was one of the worst experiences of my life because, first off, my pharmacy actually dosed me improperly. So I was taking, I think that it was supposed to be biweekly, as in every other week I was supposed to take a dosage. They put it biweekly, as in twice a week on the prescription itself. And so I was taking approximately 4 times more. I ended up starting to detransition. I didn't realize that I was incidentally detransitioning. And I just thought that the reason why I felt so bad to this day still was because I didn't have enough testosterone still. So I just continued to up my dose until I ended up at 6 times the healthy female median for testosterone, which felt horrible. I slept for 20 hours plus a day. I was in constant unbearable pain. It sucked. It really sucked. And eventually, I found out that there was another form of testosterone, cream-based testosterone, that I currently have made for me at a compound clinic, I believe it's called. And right now I'm on that. I'm trying to find a balance with it. I think that like I've gotten to the point where my body itself is just hypersensitive to any sort of hormonal imbalance, and that's been like really hard to manage. This guy has so many things wrong with him.
A lot.
Yeah, he's got every single enemy type up to this point in him. That must be like really jarring to hear for anyone who's listening to this audio only.
I think the game is sort of low key matching up with your life story though. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. This is actually the second time that I've been rendered disabled by health issues. Though this has been like this one hasn't been as long. As I said before, I started DBT in 2017, or sorry, 2018. At that point in time was when I discovered that I could not digest gluten, wheat, or dairy, or gluten, soy, or dairy, sorry. Which up to that point, I was extremely underweight. I was unable to function to a reasonable degree whatsoever. And yeah, it was just a different point in time in my life where life kind of sucked. This screen looks a lot like scarier than it actually is.
Well, I suppose they don't move as much, but geez.
Okay, there we go. I cannot die from here. But yeah, as I've said before, my life has been just this continuous loop of things going wrong and me having to heal from it, and things going wrong and me having to heal from it. And sometimes it really feels like it's kind of impossible. Sometimes it feels like life is just constantly trying to get the upper hand on you, you know? I think that like I found this game right before I got diagnosed with low testosterone while I had strep throat that I never actually like fully recovered from because my body couldn't fully recover because I didn't have testosterone to fully recover. So I, you know, I came upon this game when I was very sick, and there was something really beautiful about just like this really goofy game, this silly indie game that was continuously matching up with like what I felt, just like things getting more and more difficult, even though I kept healing and I kept getting better and I kept getting better, but things just kept going wrong. And this game just really speaks to me to that degree. Let's see, 72. And yeah, this is Camilla. She is a rock.
I am a rock.
Yeah. But yeah, being transgender has affected my life in very good ways and very bad ways. Even though things have gone wrong, me admitting to myself that I was transgender helped me really figure out how I fit into this world and the fact that I would want to continue to be alive. So I wouldn't trade being trans for anything. Yeah.
That's still beautiful because you have to find a way to continue to go through. And that's something that I think anybody can resonate with. Okay. Now, I need to make sure that I'm done by 10 so that my lovely wife Jen can go to bed. So I feel like we should switch to my view, and then you can talk about a few more things that you have on your list here, Jane, because I don't want to... I know you want to see me
take a half hour.
Play this game. Wait, what? Say again?
I thought that this was... I'm very close to the final boss.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. But the final boss is probably going to take a few tries. Let's see if I can just go to the final boss right now. Hold up. I was expecting this to only take a half hour. It's obviously not. I can go straight to the final boss from here, though.
Dang.
I'm just going to get this. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to grab this little secret thing.
Yeah.
This.
Another one. One more.
To run out, I'm going to go through here. I'm going to go through, I think it's this one. It is this one. Awesome. That's the apathetic frog. I'm going to go in here. That's my ex-girlfriend. And then I'm just going to back out over here, run back towards the final boss. And
what does the final boss look like?
This is Prince Hengst.
Nobody can cure what ails me. Ah.
Yeah. Do you want me to read through this?
Oh, well, no, you don't have to read through all of it. I'm just curious what the first one was, but that's kind of cool. It's mystery.
Yeah. He suffers from everything.
Oh my gosh.
Fear, skull pain, slimy tears, stub toe, runny nose, nightmares, chronic hype, fear of birds.
That's
apathy.
Somebody's tag in Melee. There's a chronic hype somewhere.
Chronic hype would be so good. Oh my god. And a voice with a very large ego. Shoutouts to Leffen. Do you honestly believe that you can cure me?
Oh my gosh.
Now, I have the strongest bullet type in the entire game. So I may be able to do this first try. It's a boss tower. I do regain health between each floor, but I have to do it all in one go. Right.
There are no checkpoints. You just have to get through all of it.
Mm-hmm. If I die, I'm dead.
And start from the beginning. After a few tries, does the prince say, LMAO, you're still here?
Unfortunately, none of the NPCs have updating dialogue. Hype Snake is hype. He's shouting woo.
And is now no longer hype.
Yeah, I cured his hype.
Yep.
Okay. I'm
sure it gets better from here.
This is the final boss. This is that guy. Oh, rage, loss, sorrow. Can they really be healed? The pain lets us know we are alive. Your healing is not needed in this world.
Dang. That's some real Thanos type stuff right there.
Okay. You only had one shot.
One opportunity.
One opportunity.
I can see how this would be more difficult if the bullets were moving faster.
Yep. That's master mode.
Got it.
Let's go! Oh my god. And that was a jealous trust run of Princess Remedy in World of Hurt in approximately 30 minutes.
Ish.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Oh,
And
thank you.
then
Your healing is excellent. Oh, excellent. Yes. Change the name to Heal Land. Yay.
you can indeed marry anyone you want. Is there
That
so the
sounds
end of the
dummy.
game you just marry someone. Is there anyone that you noticed that you would want to marry?
No, that's okay. I feel like that's something that you should choose for yourself and I should choose for myself.
Well, I'm just gonna marry Prince Hengst so I can see the exact time. Completed in 41 minutes.
Not bad.
11 seconds.
What?
Okay.
No, let me get over here. Sorry, I'm dialoguing with my computer. No, full screen over. Just forget it. It's okay. I'll switch everything over. Multiple monitors is as much of a blessing that it is. It also makes me mad sometimes.
Yeah. Would you also be able to screen share? Remedy?
Yep, absolutely. We're getting there. I just have to clear most of the junk over there. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to playing games. We are going to make that unseeable and add in display capture. Yeah. And let's not capture that though. Okay. Let's move that down. And okay, so if we go back to full screen on, yes. Okay, so now I should be able to, I see, need to remedy that. Wait, no way. Did I say that without realizing? Oh, man. Sorry, Jane.
No, that's excellent. That's perfect.
That's so slimy. I didn't even realize I had done that. Okay.
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
Exactly. Let me get to screen sharing then. So get onto the call and nope, share screen.
You have to share the specific window of it.
I'm working. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Let's see. Yep. I see Princess Remedy in a world of hurt.
Very nice. All right. So if I...
will it mess anything up for you if I end my stream?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I do not think that will do anything. Okay, so everyone can see what I'm doing now. This is going to be the most poggers run of all time because we're going to start master mode.
Oh, no.
All right. All right, stop talking to me. Okay, here we go. Run like the wind. Run like the wind.
The dialogue in this game is actually really, really good. It continuously hits the mark on being funny, witty, and enjoyable.
All right, here we go. Why isn't it loading? Oh, right. No, sorry. This person's
That's
sick.
the dude that's welcoming you to Hurtland.
Oh, you are fast. Oh, you are so very fast.
And you die in 2 hits. I would really recommend going to normal mode.
No, I will do this. I have to beat at least 1 level. See, that's the thing, though. Do I just do this until it gets destroyed? Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes.
Oh, you got scared. Oh, you got scared. Oh, you got scared.
It's okay. I'm just used to being able to dash dance with I'm used to dash dancing with, Fox or... Okay, so I got 1 hit. I get myself cornered really easily. Okay, so I need to not get cornered. Don't get cornered. See, there you go. See, look, I'm not getting cornered. Now, if I could just fire diagonally, that would be really great. All right, 1 hit. Oh, no. It's okay. I can take on 3. It's like...
So while you're attempting this, would you like me to talk about some of the other things that I sent you?
Please, by all means.
So next on the list is small region vibes. My region has been continuously dying since I entered it. We've had everything from like business scandal to tournament scandals to just people not wanting to show up. It's been quite the ride with it. But the people who do keep showing up, we've really become very close friends, all of us, and it's really quite amazing to see like my region kind of blossom a little bit. I am the best player in my region. I am ranked #1 currently. But I know that I'm not the best player in my region. The two best players don't show up. But I've started being able to make like top 8 at Slippy Sauce and at
Let's
like
go, Petra.
Toronto regionals as well. And I've got to say that if it weren't for my friends here, like it would not be possible.
So what, sorry, I just want to ask specifically with the Fire Nation Discord, because this whole episode, I have to guess that Firepuff12 has been listening in, hopefully. What does the Fire Nation Discord mean to you? Can I not go in this house, by the way?
Nope, you can't open doors in this game.
Ah, so I have to think, oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
I saw this earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now I can survive 3 hits from the spiky people.
No, you can't.
That doesn't make sense. You don't understand. I got a thing. I got a thing,
yes,
though.
the thing brought you from, I think 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 health points.
Whoa, what the? Okay. Oh, ooh, I forgot I have grenades. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, is everybody here healthy? The flower's healthy.
Yes. The only thing is the house in the bottom left.
Oh, right.
If you actually read this dialogue here, this is Robin.
A game
developed the game.
Jams for 4 days straight. I don't think I can feel my body. Oh, I walked right into that attack. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So it's actually really cool that you bring up Fire Nation, because this is actually the second time that I've been part of the podcast. The first time was through Fire Nation.
Yes.
Fire
what a
Nation
grenade. Sorry, go ahead.
Is like by far the closest thing that I have seen to something that is an interlocked community within Melee that isn't just a region. Autosave is on, by the way.
Doors locked.
So every time you heal someone, it does autosave. I didn't save once, and I don't have autosave on, so my that entire run that I just completed is now gone forever.
But it's saved. We have it right here in the recording.
That's true. That is true. You know, there is visual and audio evidence of its existence.
I have 2 band-aids now. I'm invisible.
Yes.
I can do this. Well. Looks like I'm pretty much destined to never fail again. Pretty much.
Yeah, you just immediately killed that spiky boy. What can I say?
We're
Fire Nation for me. I don't know. It's been a lot of things. It's been a nice place to hang out. It's been a way to make friends. It's been a way to be able to get consistent amounts of I don't know, friendship. You can kind of just hop in call whenever, and people will kind of hop in call with you. You weren't facing towards that blob when you tried to talk to it, which is the reason why. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I've encountered these people before, and now I can withstand 3 hits. 3 hits. That's okay. Whoa. Oh ho ho.
Ooh,
see, if it could let me do that constantly.
It's a skill. It's a skill in this game.
Happy blob. Yay.
The nice thing about Fire Nation is that I have gotten 10 people from Fire Nation to play this game. This is if I had stayed on my Princess Remedy shit, then I do think that this would have become the unofficial game of
Did I get everybody?
In Fall Town, yes, you have been missing the secret areas, and there is a chest that you haven't opened that is currently visible on screen.
Lord have mercy. Okay, now. Oh, wait, there's a key. Oh, wait, but wait, I haven't been in here yet. Okay. Okay. Oh, crack. Yes.
Yes, there's a crack in the wall.
But wait, this doesn't feel good. Why do I don't feel rewarded? Oh, but you can't get to this from down here, can you? Oh.
No, you can't. You can only get to that through there.
That feels kind of basic, but okay. Hey, where'd everyone go? I guess some jokes really are that bad.
Second area.
Yeah, but the other one that you first did, like the first one that I did, felt like more of a okay. Did I miss anything else? Is there more? Is there another place to go to get more stuff? That's a closed door. Okay, that's
yeah, if you exit out into the overworld, there's a nearby cave.
Nearby cave. Ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, oh, that's a person. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. Fire Nation for me has been like a huge way to like engage with the wider community, and I think that that's kind of that.
Wow.
I don't know. What's Fire Nation to you, Cypher?
Fire Nation to me is Firepuff 12, and also counting. I love counting.
True.
I'm a big counter. Very, very big counting enthusiast. Okay, that just really didn't go well for me there. I walked into everybody. Literally everybody. They just hold still. Hold still.
Overwhelms.
You don't understand. Hold still. Would you hold still? And also, why are there barriers everywhere? Not poggers.
Oh my god.
All right, I can do this. I was on a little streak there while you were talking earlier, just for the record, just so that whoops.
Yeah, you got a lot of levels done. You are right. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's okay.
Fire Nation counting is very fun.
Yes.
The people there are very fun.
I should have opened that chest first, you know? Probably should have done that.
Maybe.
Is there any other secret areas?
I don't know. Like, is there anything that looks like a weird divot?
My gosh. Okay. Any other divots? What do you mean? Nothing? Are there barrels? Can I climb on barrels? Can I climb on desks? Nope. Okay. That feels about done. Wait.
There is something that you missed down and to the right.
Oh, in the overworld?
Mm-hmm. If you look above this town.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Secret Grove.
I suffer from a severe case of death. That's encouraging. Yeah. Oh, I hit nothing. It's really unfortunate. Hey, we're doing good. Oh no, kill the fire things for sure. Definitely kill the fire things. No, I shouldn't have killed these things. They're my weakness. Why are they my weakness of all things? But no, this is the move. Okay. I just can't I just don't feel like I understand the timing for turning around. That's my problem.
Mm-hmm. So since it's auto fire, you can turn around. What I do is I use both WASD as well as the arrow keys. I use one for like positional movement, and I use the other one to quickly insert the direction that I want Remedy to face.
So we're done here, it seems like. Okay. I had a key, so I feel like I remember getting a key, but I also feel like I should be able... Ooh, I can get in here now. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, no. I shouldn't have done that.
It's okay. It doesn't use up anything. It's just a...
yeah, I know, but...
just a check.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I need to, like, remember where I am because there's so many things. Okay, so we're in the house. Can I do this? No. Can I do this? No. Okay, so it's literally just a house. Okay. Let's heal that sick person. Everybody in this town does stuff. Yes, I know. Totally. Oh, no. Actual enemies. Wait. They're all holding still, though. Okay. Do it again. Boom. Okay, never mind. The bats are moving. I lied.
Yep. They move in completely random directions, and I think that it is the worst part of this game by far.
That's okay. There's not that many. Ah! Wow. I was outrunning that for a second, but then I love being in the Fire Nation though. I just don't always stick around super long. Okay. But then it's always fun to drop in, always fun to count. And I was listening to a little bit of Link Inc.'s podcast episode with Fire, and so far so good.
Yeah.
You got time for a few more if you want to hop into a few more topics. I'm going to keep trying to work on. Ooh, oh, wait. I can't be hit as soon as I said it. And you fired as soon as I killed you? You individual.
I think that like the thing that I kind of want to talk most about, and I think the thing that would be most important to talk about is the experiences that I've had being sexually harassed within this community.
Please go ahead.
Um, I'm not going to name any of the individuals in question, as I think that that's kind of how communities sort of die. It got taken care of through the proper networks, I suppose, though it took a lot longer than I would have wanted it to. Um, the person that the person that I was seeing at the time, who ended up sexually harassing me over a Discord call, I met through an online tournament series, and we started talking in Start GG, and them and we started getting along fairly well for a long time. And as time went on, they kept wanting more and more and more of my attention, right? Um, and it got increasingly frustrating to the point where I kind of put a stop to it. And for a while, that's kind of where it was, until they oh, this is a really hard level. Until they started running a event, and they invited me to help with the event. And at that point in time, they treated me a lot more professionally, like a lot better, had a lot more respect for my time, a lot more respect for me as a person. Kind of, let's fucking go, it's Taj. Kind of just like had a lot more respect, like, and a lot more communication, because we were working together on something, and it was very obvious that they were taking this a lot more seriously than they were taking our relationship, right? And I got introduced to like this person that I thought they could be, and then they stopped acting like that as soon as the event was over. Um and that was like really disheartening and stuff, but I still cared a lot about them, and I still wanted to be friends with them, so I still continued to be friends with them. Um, until they got drunk one night and kept calling me on Discord, and eventually I answered, and they kept asking for sexual gratification from me, and I kept saying no, and they kept not listening. And it was really scary, because you don't really realize the amount of power that you give people within like a social setting until it gets used completely against you. Like, this was this person who I cared about very deeply, who was asking for something while ignoring me, saying, "No, you just dodged a bullet. You, oh, so close." While continuously ignoring like me trying to like state a boundary. And that was really scary, and it hurt a lot. Um when like I look back on it now, I try to mostly think about the amount of support that I got from friends. You asked earlier about about Fire Nation. I joined Fire Nation fairly soon after this event had taken place. And one of the first things that happened was that I asked a mod to make sure that this person was banned from Fire Nation forever. and they took care of it with immediacy. And I never had to worry about running into this person through Fire Nation, and I felt very safe in Fire Nation due to it. And it took a lot more effort on my part than I expected to like have to go through the proper channels and like ensure that this person, you know, that something was written up about it, that they got fully banned from the scene. They didn't get banned from their local scene for a long, long time. Hey Luna, which was very disheartening, and I think that it was the main thing that made me like want to quit Melee for a long time, because I kept seeing them in different streams, like either as a chat member or like engaging with the streams in like with their face on display and stuff like that. And it was a struggle, you know? It was difficult in a lot of ways because all of that pent up emotion suddenly comes back out every time you have to remember it, right? Eventually, I decided to continue playing Melee and continue to engage in the community because they did get banned. And they're going to remain banned, I think, for another 3 or 4 years. And I think that I'll have been able to emotionally recover by that point, so I don't really care if they come back at that point. And yeah, I don't know. Luckily, I did have friends that helped me figure out my way through it, and I did have a lot of the skills that I had learned in DBT to help me manage and cope with the situation. Oh, you're gonna get this screen first try? What the fuck?
I just threw some. They're bunched up. They're bunched up. Sorry, please continue.
It's okay. Yeah. There's no real good moral to this story, which is kind of I think that that's the part of the reason why it's so hard to talk about subjects of like sexual assault and sexual harassment and things like that. Because it's just like, yeah, there's no pretty bow. There's nothing to really say at the end of it. It's just, that happened and it sucked and I have to learn to deal with it. And I just hope that people don't view me as less for it affecting my life,
But I'm glad that so you're seeing an instance of the community failing, but then you're seeing an instance of the community succeeding, and I so wish that there was no room whatsoever. It would just be so much better if there weren't that kind of people who would feel as if they're in a position of being able to do something like that and get away with it. That being said, that there is a line that can be drawn to keep you safe. That's what I care about. I'm so happy that the Fire Nation Discord could provide that, and then other people who helped you as well. And yeah. It's unfortunate because this person, I assume, since it's like it exists in some capacity in the scene even still, I should just throw bombs sooner. That's what I really should do. Throw bombs early. But you have healthy barriers now, it sounds like, or at least I hope.
Yeah, I have much healthier barriers for sure. And like, I don't know. Sometimes people like want to message me to update me on like what's happening with them because, they still show up here and there. But like, unless they're dead, I really don't care. Like, it's just like, this is somebody who did something wrong to me. Like, I don't want to be updated on what my first shitty boss is doing at like the local Wendy's or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want some tips for this room?
No, I'm gonna keep figuring it. I figured out every room so far. Look, I know you were doubting heavy after the first room because I'm just still learning how to move, but I'll figure this room out.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah, I can continue talking.
I mean,
Let
you
me.
don't. I know that it's not maybe like because you don't want to be in that situation in the first place. I think you knew before anything even ever happened within this space that you knew I'd just rather not be in that situation, period. And
Yeah.
so like having to deal with that is really unfortunate. But
Yeah.
you've done what you needed to do to stay safe. And that there's a whole part of the community that makes you feel like you want to continue to stay. That's like the heartwarming thing there, because even if I feel like if I were in a position where someone was doing something that I was not comfortable with or it was downright dangerous, I would just say it doesn't matter how many good people are here. I want out. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think that's a lot of bravery on your part. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I wasn't. I feel like I'm definitely not like a model victim, because it's just like, first off, I don't really like. I feel like you can get a lot of like credit for being a victim in certain ways. I think that that's the reason why people really enjoy listening to um like uh crime podcasts and like documentaries and things like that, because it's a way that like, oh, I'm actually unsafe, like I get to feel like there's a part of my life that is more real because like in some capacity I am unsafe. And I don't really like feeling like that, and the walk away. I don't like feeling like that, and I don't understand like people who find like ways to feel like that, and I'm not suggesting that anybody in particular like does. Like there's obviously a lot of people who have been put into positions of being victimized, but like at the same time, like I can understand the ways that I got myself into that situation and that like I had to learn from it, you know? um One of the things that I regret most actually is not reaching out to like my local friends and stuff like that to like help me through it, because it's really hard to just sort of message someone and just say like, hey, little life update, I got sexually harassed by someone. Like, how do you even initiate that conversation? Like, I don't know. It was it was difficult and awkward. Like, I feel like I feel like it affected more of my wider life. Like the time around that point in time, more so than it affected like that exact moment, you know? I don't have like the common trauma response of continuously reliving it or like anything like that. I don't like think about it all the time or like think about, well, what could I have done? Like, did I do something wrong? Was it all my fault? Like, I kind of understand that like life is more chaotic and more tangibly difficult to deal with than that. But like what I was actually stuck on was what to do now, you know? What do I do about it? What gets done about it? And how do I continue to be a human being after this has happened, when this isn't like a common experience of being human that is like accepted, you know?
Arrgh. I will get this stupid level, and it's a tip. Should probably come back with more higher health and that kind of thing. Throw bombs, strafe.
Oh, you got
Wait,
it. You got it.
no, I don't. It's too much pressure, and I almost trapped myself. Oh, I just got really
Okay.
lucky with all the
RNG bats.
RNG bats. Exactly.
Oh, it's like B-Bats, but
This is
shout outs to B-Bats. Actually, shout outs to B-Bats. Throughout that entire like series of my life, he was really there for me. Him and I haven't been as close since, but like I think that he was one of the individuals that like helped me most through that point in time. And even though we didn't continue to be close, like I still think of him like so fucking highly for like just being willing to talk to me about it, even though we weren't close and would never be close, you know?
Just keep blowing things up until they blow up, you know?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to a different topic, I think.
I just want to be done with this. Can you? I think we have to wrap up here in a minute. So, because
Okay.
it's.
Oh yeah, it is 10. Oh my god.
So, do you want to tell the people what you plan on doing next, where you can be found, where we can hear more of your story, and where you feel like how, well, first of all, how to play this game. I already said it at the top, but we can start there and then you can tell the people what else you want them to do.
Princess Remedy and World of Hurt is a free 8-bit game maker game on Steam. You can play it with the keyboard or with a controller. It's very fun. It's very, very near and dear to my heart. You can find me at Bop Rocks on Twitter. I don't post there very often, but I am reachable there, and you can follow some of the stuff that I do there. I actually discovered a peach tech that got featured in the Peach Cookbook, and that I post about somewhat regularly on my main. Let me think. If you want to join the Fire Nation Discord, please do. It's an absolute blast of a place to exist in. Let me think. What else? If you want to hear more about my story, I don't know. Just invite me on another podcast and just ask me follow-up questions.
Linking.
Whoever's listening. Yeah, I don't tend to like post this like really derivative personal stuff. I'm comfortable with sharing it in interviews, but I don't know, like whatever. Fucking ooh, you got it. Let's go. I'm going to be having a GoFundMe come out soon. I have been rendered disabled due to the hormonal issues that I was talking about earlier. And I am at risk of losing the ability to drive my car due to not having car insurance anymore. So I will be figuring out crowdfunding for that within the next week. Because I really don't want to lose the ability to drive. And yeah. Shout outs to the Niagara scene. If you're ever in Niagara, check out Brock Smash. It'll be back in September. And shout outs to my boy Dare. Shout outs to Cadabra Guy, who is no longer president of the Brock Smash Club because he graduated. Shout outs to Biscuito because she's been messaging me this entire time. Shout outs to Bbat, as I said before. Shout outs to Arcane for being one of the only Peaches to truly and completely believe in me. Shout outs to Cypher for running this podcast and giving spaces for people to talk about their experiences with the game and outside of the game. Shout outs to Firepuff12 for inventing the Nair rest.
Yes. No one did it before Firepuff12.
Oh, shout outs to Nathan Sandwich for being Nathan Sandwich. We are the ontological and word-based antitheses of each other because I am food type name and he is name food type. And yeah, is there anything that I'm missing there?
No, I don't think so. And you know, I gotta say, I have very much enjoyed my playthrough of this so far. Oh, that's literally a thing to oh my gosh, what the oh, these sons are like bats but on drugs. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop there. That's enough for me. All right, everyone, please go follow Candy Cane Jane. Like we were saying earlier, I need to pull it up so I don't get it wrong. Full screen this at Bop_Rocks. with an X at the end. You'll find these all in the description below. And Jane, if you message me, I'll throw the GoFundMe into the description whenever that goes live or whatever you're going to do.
Yep.
I really hope that you're able to get everything that you need to be able to, because I know a few people who are unable to drive for reasons, right? And it's just it feels that's the debilitating thing that you feel as compared to like just literally not being able to drive. And if you don't live in a place where public transportation is a good thing, then which is hardly anywhere in the continental North America.
Yep.
Right. So especially for you, let's get that GoFundMe going once it goes up. Jane, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for showing this game to me. This actually is a fun game to play. I will actually play it past tonight. I was willing to be honest with you and tell you if I wouldn't, because I either like games or I don't. And I think the fact that I'm doing it on master mode just is challenging me enough to continue to want to do it. If it were too easy for too long, I would say, well, what's the point of playing the boss? But now I feel alive and I want to play the boss on master mode.
True.
So thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And everybody, subscribe to Jesse on Patreon. Come on.
This is kind of you to say. I appreciate that.
Oh my God. Anyway, thank you so much.